Okay, I'm going to do a video today. It's just a PowerPoint slide presentation I have about holsters, concealed carry holsters, and there's different types of holsters, drawbacks, advantages to each, and just some different information about them. The first type I've got a picture here is a waist holster, just a common waist outside, the waistband holster. But this is probably the most popular method of carrying. The main thing about this is that people overlook is you have to have a really good quality belt. It just helps better, support the weight of the weapon and the holster. It just gives you a better draw, and it's just safer. And this is a good holster here because it's actually got weapon retention on it. This is a Black Hawk. It's got a paddle there in the middle you push with your finger. Unless you push that, it holds the weapon. It has a good retention on it. The main types of these, like this one here, is outside the waistband. They also make inside the waistband. They make combination inside-outside waistband. And then I guess you would also consider a belly band as being a type of waist holster. The positions that you carry, this one is typically carried on a side carry, 3 o'clock position. There's also waist holsters for the appendix carry, 1 o'clock, or the around the side of the back, more 4 to 5 o'clock carry. And then that's for right-handed. If you're left-handed, it's going to be opposite of that. Here's another outside the waistband holster. And like I said on the other one, it should have a strap or some other method to help secure the weapon. This one I don't really, I'm not really sure about the retention on this one. That's why I put it in the slide. I've seen people wearing these, the leather, it looks nice and stuff, but if somebody comes up behind you, they could, if you're wearing that in the open, you don't have a coat or anything over it, somebody could just come up and just jerk that out of there, without you knowing it. If you're busy, if you're paying or doing something, they could get that away from you if it doesn't have some type of retention on it. And like I said, the other one, a good quality belt is important with any holster that you have. The advantages of this is it's easily available. It's available to you, and if it doesn't have retention, that's also available to somebody else. Comfort. These are by far the most comfortable. They're outside the waistband. You don't have to worry about pressing against your body too hard or anything. And like I said, the disadvantages, they're easily available to other people, and they are harder to conceal. You have to wear some sort of cover garment. This is an inside the waistband holster. This is the kind that's real popular. It's like a hybrid. It's got the kydex and also the leather on it. The thing about the inside the waistband holsters is, I've got here, you don't just stick the weapon in your belt. You need some sort of holster or something to at least, even if you go with a minimalist holster, you need something to at least cover the trigger guard to be safe. Body oil and perspiration can cause weapon corrosion, so that's why this is a good one. It's backed, it's got the back with leather, so it's not going to be up against your body too much. And a tuckable version versus the regular. This is a tuckable version. You can actually tuck your shirt in around your pants, so you can hide the weapon pretty well with that. Advantages, it is available depending on how you wear it. If you tuck your shirt in, you're going to have to pull your shirt out first, but it's still pretty available. It's more concealable. The tuckable versions are very concealable, and you have it close to your body, so you have good control close to your body on it. The disadvantages I put is comfort. Some of these aren't real comfortable, depending on which kind you get and how you use them, and a lot of times they have to be broken in good before they're feel good, fit you good. So you kind of have to wear them around your house, without a gun or anything in them for a while to kind of get them broke in. Some of them you do. Here's another picture. That's just a tuckable version where you can put it inside your waistband and tuck a shirt or something around it. Belly band. These are, I see a lot of people with these. The only thing I would say about this is make sure you have a good strap to secure the weapon. As you can see, this one doesn't really have any type of strap. All you would need is just some sort of Velcro strap to strap the weapon to make sure the weapon is secure. And this would you would wear under your clothes, under your shirt, close to your body or under your midsection. Advantages: they're secure, they're very concealable. Disadvantages, they can be harder to draw. And then I put bathroom visits, and that's something you have to keep in mind with all concealed carry holsters. Certain kinds are worse than others, but if you have to go to the bathroom in a public bathroom, there's been instances where people have had a negligent discharge of their weapon, or the weapon has fell out on the floor, or different things because they were having to get undressed, and so you have to be aware of that. Pocket holster. This is a good point. Always use a holster. Never just put a weapon in your pocket. You never want to just put a weapon in your pocket, in your belt, anything. You always need to have a holster. You can put it in your pocket with some change or some keys. You know what? The chains might get, I've seen people where revolvers, a dime or something will get in front of the cylinder. You won't be able to pull the cylinder on it. Or something can hit the trigger, make the gun go off. So you always need to have a holster in your pocket. Do not use a pocket to keep other things in while you're carrying your weapon. If you're carrying your weapon in your pocket, the weapon needs to be the only thing in your pocket. Also, pocket lint can deposit on the weapon, so you need to make sure that you take your weapon out, inspect it regularly, clean out any pocket lint or debris that gets in it. The canned air, spray air is what I use a lot. It's good just to take it out and spray it down just to get the dust and stuff off of it. This particular holster right here I would not recommend because number one, it doesn't have anything to cover the trigger. Any holster you get, I would always recommend it needs to cover the trigger guard. This weapon right here, if you just put your hand in your pocket or you did something, there's a good chance you could pull the trigger before you were ready. You always need to keep your hand off the trigger while you're pulling the weapon out. So I don't know. I put this on here because honestly, I don't know this holster. I haven't held it and looked at it in person, but just looking at this picture, I don't think this would be a good idea for somebody to get. It looks like it's too dangerous. The advantages of this, I said, like it's easy, it's very concealable. You put it in your pocket, you never even know it's there. Disadvantages, it may be harder to draw. If you're sitting down, it's going to be pretty hard to draw. It's a little slower to draw. Pocket lint is another problem, and then printing on gun on pants is, if you don't have a good holster, you can, and your pants are too tight or whatever, sometimes that gun, the image of the gun will print in your pants, and people will be able to see you have a gun in your pocket. Ankle holsters, this is a good option. Be sure it fits properly and the weapon is secured. Like this one has a strap that goes over the top of the weapon. You always want to make sure your weapon is secured, and the trigger guard is covered, no matter what kind of holster you get. Depends on clothing style and activity level. Obviously, you have to wear this with some sort of long pants. If you're doing a lot of activity, a lot of walking, running, standing up a lot, I wouldn't recommend this. It gets really old and it starts hurting. This is probably best, for somebody that's got a day, that sit down a lot, like a sit down type job, or maybe if you're driving a truck or something like that, it might be a good option for you. It's very concealable with the right clothing. Like I said, you have to wear pants. The disadvantage is it's harder to draw. You're gonna have to pull your pants leg up and reach down, to draw it. So it's going to be a little slower, a little harder to draw, but that all in all, it's a good option for a lot of people. Shoulder holsters, they're okay. You see a lot of these in movies. You must wear a jacket or some other cover garment, to conceal your weapon. And then I'll put on here weapon orientation. You want to make sure about your weapon orientation. This particular one, the gun is actually pointing behind the individual. So, if somebody was standing behind you, or if you were sitting in a car and somebody was sitting behind you, whatever, the gun would basically be pointing right at somebody. The best shoulder holsters, the ones I tell people to try to get, are the ones where the gun will be pointed down toward the ground. That way, if, not to say it would go off, but at least the gun is pointed in a safe direction at all times. The advantages, the weapon is readily available. Disadvantages, you have to wear a cover garment, and they can sometimes be binding around the neck, shoulder area. Handbags and fanny packs, again, you want to make sure the weapon is secured, make sure it has its own separate pocket. You want to keep your purse or bag with you at all times. You will never set that down, never let it out of your hand, never let it off your shoulder. You know, there was just an instance here recently where a 2-year-old got in their mother's purse and, you know, got the gun and shot their mother. And it's an awful thing. I don't know what kind of purse she had. I don't know if she just had it in her purse or what, but that just, you know, goes to say, if you carry it in any type of bag, any type of purse, anything that's off your body, you need to keep it in your hand, secured to you at all times. Never set it down, never let it out of your sight, and always keep the weapon in a separate compartment. Advantages, I mean, obviously comfort, and it's easy. Disadvantages, it's easy to lose and get stolen, and it's also accessible to children. You know, you think you hide stuff from children. I mean, you can't hide stuff from children. They're going to find it eventually. Other considerations, leather versus Kydex. Leather has to be broken in some, and then after a while with sweat and different things, leather can wear out over time, whereas Kydex is you know, firm. It's not going to be as comfortable, but it's not going to wear out over time, and you're going to have a better weapon retention, and it's going to be better safety, in my opinion. Belt choice, you want to make sure you have a very good thick belt, at least 1 3/4 to 2 inch thick belt. That's what most of the holsters are made for. They're designed for, you know, up to a 2 inch belt, and that's just what I recommend. Not just some flimsy, you know, belt you would buy it in here at Walmart or something. Get a good quality, you know, whether it's nylon. Nylon's what I like, or leather. Also have some good leather belts, but make sure it's good quality belt. You know, comfort. Comfort is a decision you're going to have to make. You're going to have to find what you know, position is most comfortable for you. What gun you need. It a lot depends on what gun you have, what kind of clothes you wear, your activity level. It all comes into it. But basically, if you're not comfortable, you're not going to carry your weapon. If you put your weapon on and you wear it for an hour and it kills you and you're hurting, regardless of what type of you know, holster it is, you're not going to wear it. So comfort is of the most importance. If it's comfortable to you, you're going to have it with you. You're going to wear it at all times. Weather is another important thing. Obviously, when it's cold weather, you can wear more garments. You can wear coats, you know, long pants. You have more options. You can better conceal holsters. It's easier to conceal a weapon. And then activity level. If you're having a lot of activity, you know, that also comes into, you know, the picture. You know, there's certain holsters, like I said, an ankle holster. You know, you don't want to be wearing an ankle holster if you're going to go on a, you know, 5-mile hike or whatever. You know, it's going to wear you out. So those are just some other considerations. And that's the end. Hopefully that was a good video for you. It was probably a little boring, but this is part of the class I teach on holster considerations, and I just hit the high points, you know, advantages, disadvantages, you know, things I've learned over the years. So hopefully that was helpful to you.